Welcome friends, it's Web Dev Mania. Today we're going to make here those products here and we're going to integrate Stripe to show you how you can make payments with Stripe. So here I'm going to show you right now. So here add to cart, you see here how the cart number changes. Here if I add these headphones, you see here how again it is changed. Here if I click on the cart, you see here the products and here we have close cart. So I can close the cart again, I can open it, and here you see here the quantity. If I add several other times, you see here right now it's 3. So right now if I click here on checkout, right now I'm going to be redirected as you see here, and here quantity 3 headphones, you see here the total price and here the price of each of the headphones. So here I'm going to type my email and I'm going to type some dummy information. So here just 4242 4242, and right now I'm going to click on pay. So if it's a success, I'm going to be redirected to the /success page, and as you see here it's a success. So guys, see you in development. Welcome again. Let's start developing. So let's open a new terminal and let's make two folders. So write in the terminal mkdir, which means make directory, and mkdir backend. Then again mkdir and client. So for the client, as you may know, we are going to use React. So here let's go to the client folder, so cd client, and here npx create react app and a dot here, and our React application will be initialized. Okay, our React application has been successfully initialized. Let's install some of the dependencies that we are going to need. So npm I Axios, which is for fetching data from the server, then React icons, which is self-explanatory, React router DOM for routing, and lastly we're going to install Stripe. Add sign Stripe /Stripe/JS. So Stripe is going to be our payment gateway that we're going to use for payment. So okay, we have installed our dependencies. Let me close the terminal here, and here let me see what we have. Here, while it was initializing, I added 4 pictures of headphones. So go to my GitHub, we're going to see it here. Oops, here the GitHub, and you can install those images freely. So here card Stripe, I'm going to put the link in the description as you know. Okay, so here we have those images. Let me delete the boilerplate files that we delete every single time. Delete it, and here let's delete again the boilerplate code, delete it, and here from app.js let me delete this part as well. Okay, so let's go into the app.css, delete everything, and let's write some default stylings that we want our application to have. So here with the asterisk, box sizing border box, margin is 0, padding is going to be 0, and font family will be sans serif. Then inside the source directory, let me create a few more directories. So we're going to create here components directory. We're going to create ctx, which is short for context. Then I'm going to use to make a data folder, which we are going to have some dummy data for our products. And this is it for the directory. So let me create the files inside the directory. So here inside the components, let me create 3 directories. So here cart, after cart let me create product item, and then let me create success. So here for each directory inside the components directory, we're going to create 2 files. So one file is jsx, so here cart.jsx, rfce. And right now this rfce magic, if it's not magic, if you don't know what is it exactly, you can go here and install this extension here with the 8 million downloads. So here ES7 React Reduct React native snippets. Okay, and you can save a lot of time. Then let me create here a css file. So we're going to use css modules, and as you may know, they are almost like vanilla css. They are like 95%, if not more, vanilla css in my opinion. Okay, let me create the same for the product item. Oops, product item dot .jsx, here rfce, come on, rfce, and then the css file. So here product item dot module .css, and let me import that styling sheets as well. Here dot slash, nice. And here lastly for the success page, which is going to be very simple, spoiler alert, and here success.module.css, import classes from dot slash, Nice, so here we are ready with the components. We can go here to app.js to import them here. So we are going to have two pages. So here route, here on the home part, and here element. And let me make the same thing, but here the endpoint is going to be success, and here will be the success page. Okay, and here for the home route, we're going to have here an empty React fragment, and we're going to have two children elements inside it. So here it's going to be first cart, and then products. Nice. Come on, products, and let me import those products as well. Okay, we're done with the routing here, and here we have created our components. And before writing the JSX in our components, just let me close everything. I suggest you that we write our context because it's going to be very useful. We cannot go without our context in that demo. So here, let me create here a file card context.js, and let me start writing here the code. So import use context, then create context, and lastly we're going to need the use state hook. So right now let me create the context. So here card context, and we just call the create context. Then we're going to create here a card provider, which is going to take only one parameter, and it is the children elements. And we're going to have a function, another function as well, which is export const here used card context, and it's just an easier way to get a hold of the values that we have inside our context. So here return use context, and here use card context, just like this here. And here for the card provider, we're going to have two states. So here const products, set products is equal to use state an empty array. Then const is open, set is open is equal to use state a boolean value with an initial value of false. And here let me create the functions that we're going to need. So const toggle card is going to do what is exactly named. So here set is open is going to return the opposite of the previous value. So here with the exclamation mark, if this is true, it's going to return false. And the opposite logic, if this is false, is going to be returned here as true. Then we're going to have a function called const add product. Here we have a parameter which is product. And the function is going to work as following. So here const is existing. This means we're going to check first if the product is in the array. So here products.find, and here if the product.id is equal to the product id, then this is going to be true. So here if is existing is true, and here else. So we're going to have two scenarios. So for else, this means that it doesn't exist, so we're going to add it. Like this is going to be just a one-liner. So here previous return dot previous, and here product. But if it's existing, it's going to be a little bit more interesting. So here set products, it's taking of course the previous array, and here const updated products is going to be equal to previous dot map is going to map through all of the products here. So here return, and here if p.id is equal to product.id, and here we're going to use some optional chaining. So not optional chaining, but here we're going to give an if else statement, and here we're going to spread the product, and we're going to add just one quantity here. So p.quantity plus one. So this means that if this is true, if this equates to true, the only difference that we're going to have here is that the product is going to have plus one quantity, and here I see a typo, so just plus one quantity. Else it's just returning the product without doing anything. Nice. And lastly, of course, we need to return the updated products array. So we're ready here with the add product. Let me create another function which is going to be here const remove product. So here it's again taking a product as a parameter here, and here set products is going to be here previous, and const filtered products is going to be previous.filter paragraph, not paragraph but p, and here p.id is not equal to product.id. So this means that it's going to filter through all the products, and if it see that those are equal, it will not return it. So it's going to return everything but the product that we want. So that's how filter works. If it's true, it returns the item back. If not, it omits it. And here return filtered products. So this is how remove products works. And here I format it as you see, and here where it ends here. Okay, so here cart context.provider, come on, provider, and here it returns the children, and here value, and here as a value we're going to have an object, and here we're going to have is open, then toggle cart, then add product, remove product, and here we're going to have lastly product. So this will be the thing that we're going to export from that context, and we're actually ready with the context. It was quite fast. So here let me go into the index.js and let me wrap my application with that context. So here cart provider, oops, not that thing, but cart provider. Okay, successfully imported. Okay, so we are done with it. Nice. So let me start here with the cart. So, or actually let me go here to the product item. This will be the first thing that we're going to write here. So with the product item, and actually instead of a product item, you can, I'm going to rename it as products. It's going to be more accurate. It's a wrapper for the product item. So here just name it as product. If not, just leave it. It's not a big of a deal naming right now. So here we're going to have a classes.container, and here I'm going to have products.map, come on, products.map, and here I'm going to take a product, and I'm going to return here a div with a key of product.ig. But right now you are wondering from where I'm getting that products array. Out of my head probably? No. It is here from the, where it is, so here from data, but we have nothing in the data. So here let me make data.js, and let me go to my GitHub, and let me get the array. I have written it myself previously, so right now we don't need to write it line by line. So it is, you see here, what is it? So here we have a name, a price, ID, default quantity of one, and the image, nothing more. And here we have 4 items. So let me copy, right now paste it, and here it is. So right now we can import it without any problem. Nice. Okay, so here we have the key, and we are going to put a class name of classes.product, of course. And here the first element is an image, so here product.image. Then I'm going to have here below a div with the class name of product details, and here I'm going to have an h3 which is going to be product.name, and below that h3 I'm going to have a span with a $sign product.price, and below that product details div I'm going to have here a button which is going to be add to cart, and here an on-click event which is going to be a function that's called another function which is the add product function, and of course I'm passing the product itself, but I need to get this from somewhere. So const add product use cart context, like this here. As you remember, this function that we have created is just returning the function instead of writing use context and all of the stuff. It's just a helper function. So let me start the React application, and right now we can see with what we are working with. Oh, so as you see here, we have not imported the routes, so it's not a problem. Let me import them. So here import routes, route from React Router DOM, and before I have another error, I'm going to wrap my application with the browser router, just like this here. So just wrap your application with browser router, and here import routes and route. So right now we have nothing here. Why is that? Let me check here from the inspect. Let me refresh the page. Is it because I have not imported this thing? Let me see. And my friends, we have a blank page here. I found the bug because here into the cart context, I forgot to return it. So here, if I write return, everything will be displayed. So here, you see, cannot destructure property of add product. We're going to fix that in a moment. I just want to show that everything is working right now if I remove it. So right now you see how everything here is displayed. Nice. And here these bugs come from, let me check here. So here the function has the same name. Here it's inside the value. So let me see. My friends, it's here the add product here that I had, it's undefined because here inside use card context here I made a typo. It should be here the card context. Before it was use card context, it was calling itself. So here card context, and right now we will get rid of all the bugs here. So right now you see here the products, you see the images, there's right now very big. So let me go here to the styling sheets and let me style those images here. Just let me close those files and let me open the styling sheets. And here I split the screen and let's start styling. So here dot container is going to be here a display of flex, justify content of space around. So here justify content space around, then align item center and margin top of 2.5 ARM, 2.5 ARM. Then dot product here is going to be width of 275 pixel, padding of 1 ARM, display of flex direction is going to be column, align item center, gap of 1.5 ARM, and border here 1 pixel solid EF. Then dot products and the image inside here is going to be width of 225 pixel and height is going to be 200, object fit of cover. And here we can apply some border radius, just a small one. So here border radius of 8 pixel. Let me see how right now it's looking. Nice, but we still have some things to style. So then I'm going to style here the product details, which is going to be a display of flex direction of column, and align items of center. Then dot product details and the h3 inside, which is going to be font size of 24 pixel and color of 333. After this here, we're going to style the product details, and here the span, which is going to be color of 555, and here product and the button inside is going to be here a background color of green, color of FFF, outline is going to be here none, then border is going to be none as well, border radius of 8 pixel, padding of 0.4 ARM on top and bottom and 1 ARM on left and right, font size of 17 pixel, and cursor is going to be pointer. So right now you see how the button looks like. It looks much better. So we are ready with that part of the application, but we still need to make the cart. You see here it's just displaying the text of cart. So we can go here to our cart. Let me close here the product items, and here inside our cart.js let me start writing the code. So here we're going to need several components, several functions and states from our context I meant. So here products, toggle cart is open, remove product, use cart context, and then we're going to write the JSX. So here we're going to have a class name. Class name is going to be classes.container. It's going to have, of course, a wrapper, so classes.wrapper. And here we're going to have classes.cart icon. So here for the cart icon, we're going to attach here an on-click event, which is going to be the toggle cart, as you see. So here toggle cart. And inside the cart icon, we're going to have AI outline show pink cart. And here the size is going to be here 25. Then below I'm going to have a span with the class name here of classes dot cart number, and inside is going to be products question mark dot length. So right now we can see what is it, AI outline cart shopping cart undefined. Okay, let me import it from React icons. So here, oops, like this from React icons AI. So right now we can see it shopping. Wait, I imported the icon that's, wait, it's AI outline shopping cart from, what is the problem here? Wait. Here it is. I don't know why I had a bug. I literally did nothing and it fixed itself when I reloaded the page. So you see here the icon. Okay, nice. We can go here to the styling sheets to style it a little bit. So let me go here to the cart.module, and here again I'm going to split the screen and like this. So dot container is going to be here a height of 60 pixel and width of 100%. Then dot wrapper is going to receive here padding of 0.25 ARM on top and bottom and 1.25 ARM on left and right, width of 100%, height of 100%, display of flex, justify content of flexent. Then dot cart icon is going to have position of relative, and here dot cart number is going to have position of absolute. Then width of 15 pixel, height of 15 pixel, background color is going to be just the word green, color of white, then border radius of 50%, so it's going to be a circle as well, display of flex, justify content of center, align items of center, align items of center, bottom of 2.5 rm, and lastly right of minus 0.5 rm, like this. So let me see how it's looking right now. If I refresh the page, you see here, where is it? Nice. And here, can I just make a margin top of 1 rm? Let me see how it's going to look like. 0.5 maybe. Yes, it looks better like this. So here you see the cart, and when I click on the cart, I want to show the products that we have inside that cart. So right now, if I click here, you see how the number changed. If I click again, it's not going to change because it's of the same type. But if I click on this, just watch here the number. Right now it's 1, it's going to be 2. So right now I click, it's 2. If I click here, it's 3, and if I click here, it's 4. So you see right now it's working. Let me just refresh the page. And here, let me write the code for the products here. So here, below this div here, so below the cart icons, we're going to give here if is open, we're going to display, whoops, just let me here have parentheses. So here, if it's open, we're going to have here a div with a class name here of classes.cart container. And here, inside the classes, inside the cart container, I'm going to have another condition, which is if products.length is more than 0, then we're going to display the products themselves. But if it's not, if it's smaller, if it's not more than 0, which means it's 0, this means that I want to show here an h3 with no products in cart. This is the message that I want to show if we have no products. But if we have products, of course, let's start with the interesting code. So here, first I'm going to have an fragment here, a React fragment, and here an h4 with products. Then below that h4, I'm going to have a div with the class name of product container. And here, products.map, I'm going to map to the products, product. And here I'm going to return again with the parentheses, here a div, and the div is going to have a class name here of classes.product. And here key is going to be product.id. Then I'm going to have here an image with the source of product.image. Then below the image, I'm going to have here a class name of product details. So here I have an h3 with the product.name. And below that h3 here, I'm going to have a span, which is going to be first here products.quantity, close the curly braces, space, x, space, and here product.price. And before the price here, of course, I want a dollar sign. And here below the div here, the product details div, I'm going to have an AI outline close button, which is going to have here an on-click event, which itself is going to have here remove product, and here we're going to pass the product if we want to remove it from the cart. So if I click here, right now you see here no products in cart. I want to make all of this here position absolute, so it doesn't change the position of the cart. So right now you see here how the cart is moved from the left. I want it to stay here. So let me again go to the CSS here. Oops, sorry. Let me go to the CSS and let me start styling it. So here dot cart container is going to have here position of absolute. Then it's going to have top of 1.75 IRM, background color of EF, and padding of 1 IRM. And of course I want to split the screen, so here you can see what I'm styling. Then after the cart container, I'm going to have cart container, and I'm going to target the h4, so margin bottom of 1.5 IRM, text align is going to be here center, font size of 22 pixel, and font weight of 500. Then I'm going to target the cart container and the span, which is, let me show you here. Actually, I have not written the span here, so we can go here back. I forgot to write it. So here it's going to be below the div here. We're going to have a div with the class name of classes.controls. And here I'm going to have button, which is going to be here on click with the function of hand.checkout, which we're going to create soon. Right now, I'm just going to leave it unempty. So here, just an empty function. Here it's checkout, and here I'm having the span that I wanted to target. So here it's close cart, and here the function is going to be here toggle cart. So it's going to close the cart, and here it's going to be like this. So here dot controls, and here the span. So right now we can again go back to the CSS and let's start typing it. So here display is going to be inline block. This is what I wanted to type. Then I'm going to target the product container, which is going to have here display of flex direction is going to be a column, align top center, and gap of 1.75 ARM. Then I'm going to target the individual product, which is going to have here display of flex, justify content of space between, align items of center, and gap of 0.5 ARM. Then I'm going to have here product details, which is going to have here display of flex direction of column, and here gap of 0.25 ARM. So right now we are going pretty fast with this thing here. So we can see what we have here. Whoops, okay, we need to target the images right now. So let me go to the images and let's target them. So here below the product details, I want to target the product and the image inside, which is going to have here width of 50 pixel, height of 50 pixel, object fit of cover, and border radius of 50%. So it's a circle. So right now, if I add a product, let me add those products here, and if I click here, right now you can see how everything is looking. We have styled everything except those two things here, the button and the span. So let me target them. So here dot controls, and I'm going to make the margin top of 1.5 ARM, display of flex, justify content of space around, and here align items of center. Then dot controls, and the button inside is going to be outline of none. Then it's going to have here border of none, padding of 0.54 ARM on top and bottom, and 1 ARM on left and right. Background color is going to be green. Then color is going to be FFF, and border radius here of 7 pixel. So those are the stylings here. If I add something again, let me see here like this, and here you see how everything is looking. If I click on close cart, you see it has been closed, and here on checkout, right now we need to make the functionality to be redirected to the Stripe page. So let me close here the CSS because we are done with it, and let me declare here the const handle checkout, which is going to be an async function. And in order to use Stripe here, we need to have the Stripe promise. So here const Stripe promise is equal to load Stripe. We need to import this thing here. So we need to import this thing here, and the parameter that we need to put is the public key. So just let me first import the load Stripe. So here, let me see. Okay, so here load Stripe from @Stripe like this. And here I'm going to put process.env.react_app_stripe_publishable_key. So as you see, it's an environmental variable, and here let me create this environmental variable. And in React, you create the environmental variables directly in the client directory, not in the source, in the client. So here .env, and how is it called? Just let me copy it. So here React app, and when you use environmental variables in React, you must start with React underscore and then underscore and whatever you want, but it must start with this here. And here it is equal to, and let me get the publishable key. Let me close the cart, and here, as you see, publishable key, I can just click on it and copy it. And okay, I can actually, let me start here from the stripe.com just to show you, because I was already logged in. So here I'm logged in, I click on the dashboard. You just need to log in, click on the dashboard, then click here on developers. So as you see here, developers, right on the right side, click on developers, you click on API keys, and here we are on the same page that we were 30 seconds ago. So you just click here, click to copy. Okay, we have it, and we paste it. This is it for the front end. So we have the key. Then just let me close the file, and here const line items, and here we must format our products in a specific format that is for Stripe by the documentation. So here I'm going to type some things that are not random. They're going to look kind of specific. That's why they're looking like this. So here return, we are mapping through our products array, and here we return an object, which here is going to have first a price data with a currency of USD, product underscore data with the name of item dot name, and here below the product data I'm going to have unit underscore amount, and here item dot price multiplied by 100. Why we multiply the price by 100, you may ask? Because Stripe accepts the price in cents. So if it's, let's say, $100, we must send it like 10,000 cents. It is working like this. And here lastly, you see here below the unit amount, here comma, and we're going to have quantity item.quantity. This is the last thing here, and let me make some space here. Okay, then we make an API request to our backend. So here const data, we get the data from Axios, and here axios.post http localhost 5000 / checkout, and here we pass the line items inside the body. So you see here we make an API request, but we have not yet made our server. So here I can go to the index.js to backend to create an index.js file. Let me open the terminal, and here cd backend npm init-y to initialize our backend application, and then let me install our dependency. So here npm I, we're going to have Stripe, just Stripe like this, course.env, express, mongoose, and lastly we're going to have node-mon. And actually we're not going to need mongoose, sorry for this. Mongoose is not going to be needed in that backend application. So I just have a habit of installing mongoose. I use it every single time except this time. So okay, then we're going to import something. So here const express require express, then let's copy paste. Here is going to be .env, and we automatically call the config function. We need to, if you want to use environmental variables in the backend specifically, we need to import the .env and use the config function. Right now we are able to use it. Then const course is equal to, const course is equal to require course, and then const stripe is equal to require stripe, and here, oops, when we import it, we automatically pass here the process.env.stripe underscore private key. So we have a public and a private key, as you see here, and then we initialize the server. So here express, we call it like this. So first we write some middleware. So here app.choose course, course, then app.choose express.json. Those are for parsing the body in order to use the body. And here express.url encoded extended to true. So those are the middlewares. Then I'm going to have here the app.post function, but the last thing here is the port. So app.listen process.env.port, and here we a callback function if we have started our server successfully. So here server is running successfully. So right now we can start finally with the function. So here /checkout, so a post request with the endpoint of checkout. It's an async request response here, and let's go. Try catch, and here for the catch, as you know, return a response status of 500.json error. And for the try here, I'm going to have const session is equal to await stripe.checkout.sessions.create, and here we're going to pass several things here. So first, line underscore items is going to be request.body.line items, line items camel case. Then mode is going to be payment, because you can make a subscription, let's say that you can charge a person every single month, but for this example I'm going to use one-time payment. Then payment underscore method underscore types, and here I pass an array with one element, which is card. So it's kind of self-explanatory what this parameter is. This means that the method that we're going to use is just a debit or credit card. Then I'm going to have success underscore URL, which is what URL we're going to be redirected if our payment is a success. So here HTTP localhost 3000/success. This is it. And then we're going to have cancel underscore URL, which is the opposite of success, which is just the home page. So we're going to be redirected to the home page if something goes wrong. So here like this 3000, nice. Then I'm going to return the session, just return dot response status of 201.json and here the session. This is the function. The only thing left here is to make the environment variable. So here .env, first port is equal to 5000, and here you see the secret key. I'm going to review the secret key, but I'm not going to show it in the video. So do it at your own. So just click here review test key and click on the secret key. This is the only thing that you need to do. Okay, my friends, I returned the private key. We're ready with the backend 100%, so we can just close the index.js. And here, let me attach the handle checkout here to the checkout button here. You see, handle checkout. And here, we are almost ready with that function as well. The only thing that we need to do is here, just const stripe is equal to await stripe promise, just like this. And then await stripe.redirect to checkout session ID and here data.id. So we are ready. Axios is not defined, not a problem. Let me import Axios from Axios. Right now we're going to get rid of the error. Okay, let me refresh the page and let's try it. So add to cart, we're going to have two items. You see here with the quantity of one, if I add another, here it's, you see here quantity of two. If I add another, it's quantity of three. So I can either remove a product or I can check out. So here I'm going to check out. Here let me click on checkout and let me see what is going to happen. I get an error as you see here if you are not automatically directed. Missing value for Stripe API key should be a string, but as I remember, I have written here the publishable key as you see here. So I think, in my opinion, the problem is that we have not restarted our server, which is a thing that we need to do. So here clear and here npm run start. We need to restart our server every time we write an environment variable. That's how it works. So right now I think it would probably work if we try the payment. So here again I'm going to add some products here. You see here one from headphones 3 and two from headphones. So right now if I click and we have no error, we must be redirected. Again there is something. Let me see here. What's the problem? Cannot read properties of undefined reading ID. Failed to load. Let me see what's the problem. I think, I know the problem. We have not started our backend server. So here, npx node-mon. And right now the server is running as you see here. So let me refresh the page another time and let me add some items in the cart. Let me try right now to check out. So here, cannot read properties of undefined. What is the problem here? Data.id, why it's undefined? Let me check. I made a very silly typo, my friends here. Of course you need to write await because we make an API call. That was the problem here. You see here the session is here. So let me right now again try it. If I click on, just let me remove here the messages. Right now if I click on checkout, right now we must be redirected. And finally my friends, you see here we're redirected here. Headphones 3 here the price and headphones 2 here the price. So right now I'm just going, oh, actually I'm going to write my own email, not going to spam something. So here I'm going to write my email. Then here 424242 you can just write it like this. 4242 here name on card, just let me again. And here right now I click on pay. So let me see if it's working as I wanted here. Yes, and here we're directed to the success page as you see here. So my friends, this is how you integrate Stripe in your React and Node.js. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.